you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
When you think water, think Aquamax. Aquamax, healthy drinking water. A product from Californian Beverages.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Mom, this boy is a handful.
As if you were any different.
Then what about a memory? A lifetime of stories. Wash away the dirt and not the memories with Boom Bubble Plus washing powder.
Let the memories fade away.
Boom, and the dirt is gone.
Introducing the Smart Kicker from iConnect, the most affordable smartphone on the market. With a follow focus capable 2-megapixel camera, you can't miss out on any of the action. Over 400 hours of standby battery time and 32 gig external memory. That's more than enough space for all your series, music, pics, apps and games. Get yours today from iConnect for a limited offer of only 499 kwacha, including 300 MB iSpot internet from iConnect. The Smart Kicker, available at iConnect. iConnect, make it happen.
The big day, everybody, and tonight we'll witness history in the making, y'all. Maki 2 all the way from Kokopala versus Slamdism and Nizzle. The moment you've all been waiting for. Maki 2 versus Slamdism.
Here's what you all been missing. Monster flows, fire flows, Mungamu kitchen. Flavor ikupa so can you upon a decision? Bigger than us, me and you and the mission.
Ciao, Biggie Man International, you man got the ever they have to know. Nobody on the corner got swagger like us, but the other one is bigger than us.
This moment is bigger than us.
Is bigger than us.
Both of us, me and you, is bigger than us. Bigger than us.
Monster Pops are not just big, they're monster big. Try out our Wacky Fusion, Magic Forest, Tongue Painter, and Black Forest. Monster Pops, the biggest pop in town.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Are you having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. A brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Gypsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. potato chips. We know you'll love them.
I bet you are wondering either to pay your this outstanding debt or not.
I was. But I still need the money. I want to buy other things.
Iwe, move this one bila nkongole we.
I wish there was an easy way to pay it off.
There is.
Oh.
You see, if you have nkongole on your account, we've made it easy for you. Wiki. The more you increase your payments, the more chance you have of winning fabulous prizes.
Oh. Like what?
Come, let me show you.
That's right. Walk away with prizes such as TV sets, fully paid for trips to Livingston, cars, and the grand prize of a 2-bedroom house. Settle your outstanding debts today and win. Sikiliza Nkongole uzawina. T's and C's apply. Zesco, powering the nation.
Good evening and thank you so much for joining us on Prime Television's main news bulletin. To present it, my name is Abigail Mtali. We take a look at the stories making headlines. RDA signs a contract for the full rehabilitation of the Solwezi Chingola Road. Zesco Limited hands over a mother's shelter to Kafue Gorge Community Hospital. The National Construction Council concerned with irregularities in the construction sector. And later on in international news, UN says Burundi refugees cholera epidemic worsening. Well, for these and other interesting stories, join us shortly after this break. And now the main news in detail. Government has revamped the Njanji commuter train to service Lusaka routes. Communications and Transport Minister Yanfom Kanga commissions the train in Lusaka Friday afternoon. Speaking during the commissioning, Mr. Mkanga said government wants to see to it that transport is accessible to people at all levels. And Zambia Railways Chief Executive Officer Mienga Atanga said the process has been made possible with the injection of the 120 million euro bond channeled to the institution by government.
With the current congestion on Lusaka roads, government has decided to revamp the old Njanji commuter train. Transport and Communications Minister Yanfom Kanga commissioned the train in Lusaka Friday afternoon. Mr. Mkanga said this is in a bid to make transport available at all levels in the country.
As government, we are pleased that you have complemented our efforts and you are adding value to the economy by acquiring passenger services buses, which assets we shall cherish and remember, not only as government but the people of Zambia will remember for many years to come.
Zambia Railways Chief Executive Officer Mienga Atanga disclosed that this initiative has been made possible through a $120 million capital injection from government through the Eurobond.
For us, we are committed, Honourable Minister, just like when we promised you last year at the Games, the Ministerial Games, that we are going to deliver. We showed you this year that we actually delivered in terms of sports. It is the same spirit, Honorable Minister. In the performance, we mean it. For us, the workers, and for us, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. We are there to implement government policy and nothing short of that. We will use our creativity, we will use our initiative, and ensure that we do our best to contribute to the development of this nation and make Zambia Railways a successful company.
The commuter train, which has been commissioned, will start its operations on Saturday, the 23rd of May 2015, servicing the Lilai route, before introducing the Chilenje route as well as the Ngwelele route. Zambia Railways has procured about 18 passenger coaches for this exercise. As for the fares, commuters will be required to pay a sum of 3 kwacha from Lilai to town, while those boarding the train from Misisi and Chawama compounds will only be able to pay 2 kwacha. Mr. Mkanga and his entourage opened the route with a test drive on the train all the way up to Lilai and back at the main station. With the introduction of the commuter train, it is emphasized that this generation would definitely benefit from the trains and live to tell its benefits to those who come before them. Kalan Mchima, reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
The Road Development Agency, RDA, has signed 2 contracts with China Geoengineering Southern Africa Limited with about 985 million kwacha for the full rehabilitation of lots 1 and 3 of Chingola Solwezi Road. RDA Director and Chief Executive Officer Kanyuka Mumba says the projects will be executed within 24 months from date of commencement. Mr. Mumba says the signing of the 2 contracts comes 4 days after the RDA signs the Lot 2 contract for full rehabilitation of 40 km of the Chingola Solwezi Road. He says the signing of the 2 contracts means that the entire Chingola Solwezi Road has been covered. And Chinese Geoengineering Corporation Southern Africa Limited Managing Director Li Jinping has assured that his company will complete all the roads in a given period.
Lot 1 will be executed within 24 months from the date of commencement, and the contract price is 481 million kwacha, VAT inclusive, whilst Lot 3, the one on the Solwezi side, will be executed within a period of 24 months as well from the commencement date, and the contract sum is 586.5 million kwacha, VAT inclusive also. The signing of these 2 contracts, as you are aware, comes 4 days after we as RDA signed Lot 2, like I mentioned earlier, for the full rehabilitation of the 40 kilometers of the same road, which is the Chingola Solwezi Road. It should be noted that the signing of these 2 contracts today means that the RDA has now awarded all the contracts for all 3 lots to cover rehabilitation of the entire Chingola to Solwezi Road, which covers a total distance of 168 kilometers. Once again, different contracts.
Special Assistant to the President Lucky Mulusa says many road contractors are being awarded foreign investors because they have the capacity. Mr. Mulusa says contracts go through a bidding process, and those contractors that have the capacity end up being awarded the contracts. He says there is need for local contractors to equip themselves with proper machinery to win bids and get contracted. Mr. Mulusa was speaking in an interview with journalists in Lusaka. He has charged that government will also ensure that all projects that are being awarded are of good standards and worked on according to schedule. Mr. Mulusa says government will not entertain shoddy works by contractors, both local and foreign.
Well, it's about capacity. There are several factors that lead us to award contracts to foreign contractors. When a job is advertised and the scope of job is defined, the bill of quantities established, and the contractors respond to all those things, they have to demonstrate that they're actually able to carry out such works. So at the time that contracts are being awarded or evaluated, really people don't look at faces and they don't look at nationalities. They just look at what contractors have presented as their capacities. it's at the end of the day that you then realize that most of the jobs have gone to foreigners, and that's because foreigners are the ones who will have demonstrated capacity to perform. We have a number of Zambians coming up to equal the capabilities of the contractors. For instance, Lot 2 has been given to a Zambian, Buildcon. It's Zambian owned, and that shows that we are moving in the right direction.
ZESCO Limited says it remains committed to supporting community initiatives that benefit local people. Speaking at the handover of the Mother's Shelter at Kafue Gorge Community Hospital, ZESCO Limited Acting Managing Director Victor Mundende said the Mother's Shelter is one of the many corporate social responsibility projects that the company is undertaking. He says the project was completed at a total cost of 565,000 kwacha. Mr. Mundende says the project will help accommodate people nursing patients at the hospital. He says the project was initiated by ZESCO Women's Group, but that they could not raise the required money to complete the building, which prompted ZESCO to come in.
You may wish to know that we are not only handing over the completed building, but we have gone an extra mile to furnish the shelter with a television set, kitchen equipment, and 16 beds and mattresses. I'm told part of that furniture is on the way as we celebrate this handover ceremony. So all these things that I've talked about will be part of the equipment that will be in the caretaker's shelter. The total cost of the project, including finishing, is 565,000 kwacha. I therefore want to thank all employees who worked tirelessly to see the project through to completion. I would also like to urge the beneficiary of these shelters to look after the facility very well so that it continues to benefit the community for a long time to come.
And Chikankata District Medical Officer Keith Mwebo said they were excited to receive the donation. Dr. Mwebo said the facility will help reduce the mortality rate as more women will be at the hospital on time. He said one of the problems that has led to mortality is the delay in seeking medical attention. He observed that the institution needs a lot of support from other well-wishers.
Today, we are excited as Minister of Community Development to be receiving the Mother and Father's Shelter here at Kafue Gorge. This model, called the 3 delays model, emphasizes on 3 aspects. We recognize that the causes of maternal mortality has been delays in seeking help, delays in accessing help, as well as delays in receiving help. We may realize that the building of this Mother's Shelter will address one of these delays. Indeed, the delays that most of our women and most of our patients in the districts have been having in accessing care, resulting from bad roads, mountainous terrain, and long distances to the hospital will be addressed.
The National Council for Construction, NCC, has charged that the construction sector is marred with so many irregularities. NCC Director General Charles Mshota says this sector requires urgent attention from government if these concerns are to be addressed. Mr. Mshota cited the lack of proper safety clothing for workers, low wages and abuse of workers working in the sector, among others. Mr. Mshota said this during the launch of the Labor Law Advocacy and Awareness Campaign in the construction sector at Intercontinental Hotel in Lusaka. And speaking at the same event, Ministry of Labour and Social Security Permanent Secretary Trevor Kaunda called for the respect of labour laws by contractors in the country.
As you may be aware, the construction sector is one of the fast-growing sectors of the economy. because of the various infrastructure projects which have been prioritized by your government. Honorable Minister, the construction sector is marred with a number of irregularities, which includes Honorable Minister flouting of the labor laws.
Law Nexus 2, or in short LGN2 project, seeks to explore the effects of labor and labor-related laws in the micro, small and medium enterprises in Zambia. The overall objectives of the project are to raise awareness of labor laws, promote dialogue among stakeholders on the link between labor laws and MSME growth, facilitate sector-specific regulatory reforms, and also to build capacity of MSMEs in the construction sector to comply with labor laws.
Well, you are still watching the live broadcast of Prime Television's main news bulletin. Just now we take a commercial break, but stay tuned for more interesting stories right after these commercials.
I bet you are wondering either to pay your ZESCO outstanding debt or not.
I was. But I still need the money. I want to buy other things.
Iwe, move this one bila nkongole we.
I wish there was an easy way to pay it off.
There is.
Oh.
You see, if you have nkongole on your account, we've made it easy for you. Kuti mzipirako wiki. The more you increase your payments, the more chance you have of winning fabulous prizes.
Oh. Like what?
Come, let me show you.
That's right. Walk away with prizes such as TV sets, fully paid for trips to Livingston, cars, and the grand prize of a 2-bedroom house. Settle your outstanding debts today and win. Sikiliza Nkongole uzawina. T's and C's apply. ZESCO, powering the nation.
It starts with a single seed. Patience. Dedication. Attention to detail.
I'ma sip it up, everybody sipping, I'ma sip my hell.
It's here, I'ma sip my hell. Eat well, drink well, feel good.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.
When you think water, think Aquamax. Aquamax, healthy drinking water. A product from Californian Beverages.
awesome crunch. Fun. Style. Freshness. Great taste. It's here. It's fun. It looks cool. And it tastes great. Are you ready?
Shake, 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 shake and sip.
Introducing Shake and Sip, the new irresistibly smooth fruity milk.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We now continue with the news. A group of Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, MMD Youth, calling itself the Truth and Reconciliation Committee, has called for the immediate suspension of any alliances with other political parties until the party harmonizes its differences. One of the group leaders, who is also MMD Lusaka Province Vice Youth Chairman, Eddie Shanambe, says currently the MMD is not in a position to be talking about alliances because the party is in total political disarray. Mr. Shanambe says the MMD should be preoccupied with ironing out its differences if it is to compete favorably on the political scene. Mr. Shanambe states that it is shameful for a past governing party to be getting a handful of only 14,000 votes in an election, stating that this requires urgent attention. He has further called on all MMD members of parliament making donations to the party to stop doing so, saying the money is not being well utilized but being used by selfish individuals.
The hour, which is the MMD's political symbol, still stands high and upright in the sky. The party has seen a lot of political turbulences since its fall from political power in 2011. But party members are determined to salvage the party from total extinction. Some members, calling themselves the Truth and Reconciliation Youths, have come together to see how best the party can reorganize itself with the following demands, as presented by MMD Lusaka Province Vice Youth Chairman Eddie Shanambe.
The process of reconciliation. As we embark on this crusade, we are demanding that whoever is the acting national treasurer of our part to be transparent, accountable and credible to the monies that are coming to the party. The party knows that there is a lot of funding which is being done, directly or indirectly. We want accountability, and we are going to get the results as a force, as a united, organized solidarity for truth and reconciliation. All members of parliament who are contributing to the party, they should suspend those contributions until we harmonize. Until we harmonize. We don't know and we don't understand how those contributions are being managed. We can't allow people to put themselves on a salary of 10,000 kwachas.
The party's Lusaka District Youth Secretary, Nathan Banda, also had this to say.
Since there's an urgent need to find an everlasting solution to the divisions our party is currently experiencing, it is appropriate to dialogue.
Yes.
As concerned members of MMD, disputes the division in our groupings. We met in separate circumstances to discuss how best we can reunite and organize our party, Movement for Multi-Party Democracy, to win 2016 tripartite election and form government. Our efforts to advocate for dialogue and create unity along the principles adopted during the NPC have been frustrated by selfish members in our great party.
Other members were also not short of thoughts on the idea of protecting the MMD from dying.
If we kill MMD, it means we are killing democracy in Zambia. It is the MMD which brought about this multi-party democracy in Zambia. And if you are for a mind of killing the MMD or selling the MMD to another party, it means you are doomed to be a failure. Even before God, you won't be accepted.
It is clear that while some sections of society want the MMD dead, others are still determined to save the former ruling party. Kala Mchima, reporting for Prime TV News in Lusaka.
And now the National Revolution Party has urged Zambian Voice Director Chilufya Tayali to refrain from issuing ill statements against the former Republican President Rupia Banda. NRP Secretary General Hector Sondo says it is disappointing that Mr. Tayali has failed to recognize the former president as an elderly citizen of the country. He says former President Banda is there to give checks and balances to the ruling Patriotic Front, hence should be given the respect he deserves. Mr. Sondo explains that Chilufya Tayali has no right to be making statements on cases involving the former president that are currently in court.
We youth, more especially like our brother Tayali, it's very unfortunate and unfair for him to start using abusive language against the former Republican President Rupia Banda. You see, Rupia Banda is a senior citizen, and for that matter, he was the president of this nation, of which he deserved to have been given the respect by all means. So, to see in it that a youth, our fellow youth, like Tayali, just because of the position in an organization is, start giving such statements to denounce the president, the former president, is very unfair.
Patriotic Front youths in Lusaka say the opposition and the people of Zambia should be able to make decisions based on merit and principles. PF former Lusaka Province Youth Vice Secretary Benjamin Siwila says his party will be judged by the people according to the way it has performed. He says the opposition should not always criticize but give credit where it is due. Mr. Siwila says the people defecting from other parties to join the ruling party are doing it out of their own will, saying they are doing so because they have been able to see what the government is doing. He says anyone from any political party that means well for the country is welcome to work with government in ensuring that the lives of people are improved.
People, the opposition, the Zambian people are able to see the progress that PF is making so far. You can only attract people if you are performing. Failure to which people have nothing or no reason to join in you. So the defections and the people coming to PF or into PF are actually joining us as a result of the progress that they have seen, a more focused leadership that they are appreciating, of course by our President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, as well as the performance of the PF in government. I think if you look at the type of people that are joining us, they are people that you will not just convince anyhow. Their decisions are purely out of principle, and it's a result of the examinations that they have made so far on the performance of PF.
Young African Leaders Initiative President Andrew Ntewewe has demanded that the Zambia Police Service should start providing state security to UPND leader Hakainde Hichilema. Mr. Ntewewe said as a leader of the largest opposition political party, Mr. Hichilema deserves police protection. He condemns the move by the police to summon Mr. Hichilema for allegedly breaching the Public Order Act. The Yali president says it is confusing that the police can abuse the Public Order Act by harassing Mr. Hichilema instead of protecting him, saying he is an eminent citizen of the country. He was speaking on Thursday morning when he featured on the platform radio program on Joy FM radio in Lusaka. Mr. Ntewewe has urged the police to abandon the use of the Public Order Act, which he says is an archaic and colonial piece of legislation. While you are still watching the live broadcast of Prime Television's main news, we take another break, but still to come when we return in international news. UN says Burundi refugees cholera epidemic worsening. Stay tuned.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Mom, can I help you to cook?
No. Remember what I always tell you? Wash your hands.
Okay. Dad, this is a germ-free zone. Go, wash your hands.
Good personal hygiene is important at all times. That's why medical experts recommend Romeo Plus medicated soap. It eradicates over 97% of harmful germs. Healthy families use Romeo Plus medicated soap. Romeo Plus medicated soap. Love, care, protect.
Shake, 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 shake and sip.
Delicious and healthy for you and your family. Nutrition and energy. Your food is tasty, yeah.
Yonzuna yowama yotelela mushi ilina mafleva yosiyana yonseni yabwino anso ipasa mpamvu osataya ndawi yesa shake and see yokumwana banjana anzako onsipasako ambuye na makolo ako ilimbisa tu ikondwesa ana osataya ndawi yesa shake and see.
Shake and sip when fresh meets fruity.
Welcome back. In foreign news, the UN Refugee Agency says the cholera epidemic in the remote Tanzanian fishing village of Kagunga, where about 50,000 refugees are still stranded on the shore of Lake Tanganyika, is worsening. At least 3,000 cases of cholera have been reported since last week, and the outbreak has claimed 31 lives to date. The UNHCR said on Friday that the cholera outbreak had become a new, worrying and growing additional complication for the tens of thousands of refugees seeking refuge in Tanzania. The influx of Burundian refugees into Tanzania has been steadily increasing during nearly a month of political unrest and a failed military coup in the East African state. More than 300 cases of cholera were reported on Thursday across the Lake Tanganyika region, and there are concerns the epidemic is yet to peak. And finally, a suicide bomber has set off an explosion during weekly prayers at a Shia mosque in eastern Saudi Arabia, leaving at least 19 dead. The Interior Ministry spokesman said in a statement that it has been established that an individual detonated a bomb he was wearing under his clothes during Friday prayers at Ali ibn Abi Talib Mosque in Kodai in Katif province. The spokesman called the attack an act of terrorism, vowing that security authorities will spare no effort in the pursuit of all those involved in this terrorist crime. Al Jazeera's Hashem Ahelbara, reporting from the capital Riyadh, said authorities expected the death toll to rise. Well, for more on international stories, we monitored Al Jazeera.
Fighters from the Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant are continuing to make advances in their military campaign in Syria. The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights says ISIL now controls half of the country. The group is trying to control the area between the western city of Homs and Al Anbar province in Iraq. And they've imposed a curfew in the ancient city of Palmyra, which they're in full control of now. There is a dire humanitarian situation there, as the city has been without water or electricity for more than 10 days. The US government is coming under criticism for its strategy to defeat ISIL in Iraq. It follows the fall of Ramadi to ISIL forces in Anbar province. The White House has announced it's rushing anti-tank missiles to the country to help Iraqi security forces. The leading aid agency is warning that the humanitarian situation in South Sudan is deteriorating at an alarming rate. Doctors Without Borders says there's been an escalation in conflict in 3 states. An upsurge in fighting in Upper Nile, Jonglei and Unity states has seen health centers destroyed and the distribution of much-needed aid suspended. A top U.S. diplomat has been meeting with government representatives in Myanmar to address the growing refugee crisis in Southeast Asia. Deputy Secretary of State Anthony Blinken is due to give a news conference later on Friday. After talking to officials in the capital, Blinken said the only solution to the refugee problem was to address the conditions causing people to seek asylum. Boats full of Rohingya Muslim refugees have either been rescued or are stranded at sea after fleeing persecution in Myanmar. Voters in Ireland are taking part in an historic referendum. They're being asked whether to amend the constitution to allow same-sex couples to get married. Gay couples are already allowed to sign civil partnerships. A mass funeral has been held in Colombia for victims of a landslide that killed at least 84 people. Earlier this week, burials were held for some of the victims, while rescue workers continued their search for those still missing.
Well, as we end the news, we take a look at the stories that made headlines once again. RDA signs a contract for the full rehabilitation of the Solwezi Chingola Road. Zesco Limited hands over a mother's shelter to Kafue Gorge Community Hospital. National Construction Council concerned with irregularities in the construction sector. And finally, UN says Burundi refugees cholera epidemic worsening. Well, thank you so much for staying with us. On behalf of the production team and the news crew, this has been Abigail Mtale. Pleasant viewing.
I bet you are wondering either to pay your Zesco outstanding debt or not.
I was. But I still need the money. I want to buy other things.
Iwe, move this one bila Nkongole we.
I wish there was an easy way to pay it off.
There is.
Oh.
You see, if you have Nkongole on your account, we've made it easy for you. Wiki. The more you increase your payments, the more chance you have of winning fabulous prizes.
Oh. Like what?
Come, let me show you.
That's right. Walk away with prizes such as TV sets, fully paid for trips to Livingston, cars, and the grand prize of a 2-bedroom house. Settle your outstanding debt today and win. Sikiliza Nkongole uzawina. T's and C's apply. Zesco, powering the nation. When you think water, think Aquamax. Aquamax, healthy drinking water. A product from Californian Beverages.
If a picture is worth 1,000 words.
Mom, this boy is a handful.
As if you were any different.
Then what about a memory? A lifetime of stories. Wash away the dirt and not the memories with Boom Bubble Plus washing powder.
Let the memories fade away.
Boom, and the dirt is gone.
You see, I have never fought with a lion. I have never hunted through the forest in pursuit of food. but I do have the fighting spirit. Because for decades, my people fought for freedom. And in 1964, we won. I love to do the Fwemba, the Kalela, the Kwasa Kwasa. I wear Chitenge. So does my girlfriend. I eat crisps, not crisps. I love Nsima, Kapenta, Chihuahua, Delele. I'm Josh, and I'm proud to be Zambian.
iConnect, celebrating 50 years of Zambia's independence. Hashtag OnlyFazed. iConnect, make it happen.
It starts with a single seed. Patience. Dedication. Attention to detail.
I'ma sip it up. Everybody sipping, I'ma sip.
It's here. I'ma sip my hell. Eat well, drink well, feel good.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch. Fun. Style. Freshness. Great taste. It's here. It's fun. It looks cool. And it tastes great. Are you ready?
Shake, 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 shake and sip.
Introducing Shake and Sip, the new irresistibly smooth fruity milk.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.